Welcome back to the Gooner Fanzine Arsenal Woman podcast. Apologies, I've got a bit of a cold this week. Somehow I've had 5 days out in the sun filming cricket and I've got a cold off the back of it. I'm not sure how that's happened. But we're here to talk about the Euros, which got underway yesterday. And of course, Lumi, Chloe Kelly. I mean, it's been probably the least surprising transfer in Arsenal's history, isn't it? But how excited were you to see that be confirmed yesterday?
I mean, finally, to be honest, because we all knew it's gonna happen. It was just like the matter of time when. But yeah, I would say there was still, I mean, we all knew it's gonna happen, but you never know it's gonna happen before it's like confirmed. So yeah, I was just so happy to see it. I was working and just like started getting so many notifications out of sudden, and I was like, what's going on? But yeah, finally, I think we all fans were so happy to see her finally like now really be an Arsenal player, not just a lone player. So that's a great thing.
I mean, the amount of hints. I don't know if you're in the Tollington when she ran into that after,
Yeah.
and also when you were in Lisbon in the away end. Now I still haven't seen this, but apparently she was literally pointing to the pitch and stuff like that. So you must have seen from your fans' perspective just how much she wants to stay at Arsenal.
Oh yes. Oh yes. But I feel like football, like you still never know. Like something could still happen. Something could go wrong. So yeah, we're all just super happy that she's finally staying after all those hints as well.
She is a superstar, isn't she? I tweeted yesterday that, when you look at Arsenal often have sort of the Lionesses tag thrown at them in the fact that they've maybe get these players in. It has been a crucial part in the attendances, sort of off the back of Euro 2022. You have Beth Mead, who was the top scorer, Liam Williamson, who was the captain, of course, Alessia Russo coming in as well. And now you have Chloe Kelly, who was the player of the tournament. I know we've just started a new Euros, but when you look at the attendances and sort of the fan base, Arsenal having all of these England superstars has played a massive part.
Oh yes, for sure. I would say that's also one of the reasons why I'm a fan in the first place, just because of the Euros last time. So I think it's going to be a massive boost also, like, or hopefully in the attendances next season, if and when they will do well at the Euros this year. So having five Arsenal players there at the Lionesses must be just a very good plus for Arsenal itself as well.
What has Chloe Kelly brought to this Arsenal team? What do you enjoy about watching her play?
Celebrations. I feel like we needed them. I'm just, yeah, I do like the head taps as well, but I'm just happy to see like proper celebrations now that she's here. And I mean, she's bringing energy, she's bringing like smile, and it's just, she always goes and plays with the smile on her face. And yeah, like even if I go there, don't have the best day, I am gonna leave with a smile on my face after watching them play, because it's just, yeah, positive energy. I love it.
And I feel like she's had like the perfect fan base in terms of really falling out of love with the game at Manchester City, pleading for that move away and literally signing at 2 minutes before midnight on deadline day in January. And all she was saying is, I want to be happy again. And Arsenal, because Man United and Brighton were interested in her in terms of that loan signing. But she said in her quotes yesterday, I've always said that Arsenal supporters are the best, and to have them on my side, singing my name means so much to me. It was really clear what needed to happen when she came in terms of her finding her happiness again, and I feel like the fans just got on board with that straight away.
Oh yes, for sure, and I'm so happy she thinks the same way, because I feel like we love her as a person and as a player. She's very bold, like everything like she does, and brave, which we all like. So yeah, I feel like just like she being like open, and we know all like knew what was going on at the moment when she joined, we just all wanted her to be happy again. So like from a fan's point of view, we just wanted to cheer on her the best possible way. And I mean, she showed off, she scored goals, she played amazing. So I feel like it was easy for, like, from a fan's perspective as well, to be supportive and cheer on her.
Yeah, just one of the best players to watch on the day. And also her relationship with Katie McCabe. I remember I was at the game where McCabe dropped the ball on her head, and Arsenal's social media team have made a lot out of that. But there's a word that ends in housery where I can't say the first word on this podcast, or we won't make any adverts. But her and McCabe sort of having instead of one McCabe, it's almost like you've got two. And when they play on the same wing, they're such a tag team. And I thought, especially in the final against Barcelona, I thought Kelly was really winding players up. And there's nothing wrong with having a player like that on your side sometimes.
Oh yes, I love it, and especially having two of them, like two that are just, I don't know, they go for it. Doesn't matter what it is, and I just love it. I was there in the game as well when the ball thing happened between them two, and yeah, I think it's just great, like for everything, for advertising, like marketing, from those kinds of like perspectives already, like having two bold personalities. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I remember when she signed and they knew her first game would be against Tottenham at the Emirates. I remember speaking to someone from Arsenal and he said actually ticket sales have been good, but signing her and getting it over the line actually was gonna he really felt that that would boost ticket sales for that
Right.
game as well. It shows just how big a name she is. Leif always calls her a rock star. And what is it about players coming back to Arsenal as well? Of course, Taylor Hines is all but done, as we're told. Lotta Woman Moy went away and came back. Chloe Kelly's now done it. There's even more who've done the same. There's a real pull, isn't there? And I think it's especially special. I've spoken to Chloe about this as well. That almost when you leave, you're playing in front of a couple of hundred people at Meadow Park, and now you're coming back and playing in front of a sold out Emirates Stadium. It must be amazing for them.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like it somehow seems like from the outside, not knowing the players, I feel like it seems like a big family. And I feel like it's like if I was playing there, went somewhere else and then came back, I feel like I was returning kind of to my family and with my family. So I feel like it's just the atmosphere, and I mean the fans, us. I feel like that's also a big reason why to come back. Because yeah, thinking about the last time when Chloe played for us, yeah, there were not that many fans, if 100 fans at all. So I feel like that's something that everyone wants to be part of, to be part of this big club with like this many fans. So yeah, I hope we will see Taylor and others join as well. Come back.
And it must be nice as fans as well. And I think particularly in Chloe's scenario, to know you can play yourself such an important role in how the player, finds their time at the club. Because obviously after a while, there's a real point of, we really want her to stay. But every time an opposition signs, the player signs, they always seem to go, oh, it's always the fans that bring me here. And a lot of the time, players will say that because it looks good and you get the fans on board. But it does feel like you play such a part in every game. And with stories like Chloe's as well, it must be really nice to know you can be so active in the fan base.
Yeah, but I also think like it's easier for fans kind of to accept them from the rival teams because they've already been at our academy than just signing like to someone who hasn't been like here yet. I mean, there are cases like Alessia Russo, everyone loves her, although she didn't go to Arsenal again academy, but the Chelsea one. But still, like, yeah, I feel like from fans' perspective, we just love it. We just love a return player who's been there already and has this history, knows the club and stuff. So yeah, happy to see her.
Now, Euro 2025 underway yesterday. We had, the first game, there were no Arsenal players, but because Lumi is from Finland, it'd just be wrong. I know we have absolutely no Arsenal interest in this game, but what a performance. Really played well.
Oh
I
yes.
think, would you agree they were the underdogs coming into that game against Iceland? And they played some really good stuff, came away with all 3 points after the red card, a very strange red card as well. You must be delighted.
Oh yes, I am. I was watching it with my mom on FaceTime actually, and it was the longest game of my life, especially the last like 15 minutes. It felt like okay, Champions League final was the longest game, but this was maybe the second longest game. But yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I always knew that they're a great team. I went to watch them a week ago play against the Netherlands. They only lost 2-1, which I was very proud of. So yeah, I knew there is a potential, and especially a year ago when they played in the Nations League, like A group, they got some nice like results. Like they won against Norway, which we're now gonna play against next. So I feel like anything could happen. I know we're the underdogs, but there is great potential and very good players who also play in like WSL, for example. So yeah,
Yeah,
underdogs, but we're coming.
absolutely, and that's a good group to be underdogs in. And you mentioned the WSL players. Emma Koivisto always impressed me, as she's been at Brighton, then went on to Liverpool. Ona Siren, Evelina Sumanen plays for Spurs, and then Katerina Kasola sort of hogged the headlines with a wonderful goal. What can you tell me about her? It's not a player, maybe those of us who don't watch as much. I think she plays in the Damallsvenskan, doesn't she? What can you tell us about her?
Yeah, yeah, she plays in Malmö, and yeah, I feel like it's been a moment in coming, kind of, because she's always been very skillful. She's fast. She's tiny, but feel I feel like she surprises everyone with how rapid she then is. And I was already, because I've been filling out all these like score prediction things and who's gonna like score first. I've had her in my predictions for quite many games now, and I was so happy that she finally scored. And what a goal it was! I mean, she had quite many chances as well, so it was happy to see at least one of them go in. So yeah, I'm just excited for her, and kind of she's finally in the spotlight that she deserves. So yes, good game from her yesterday.
And a lot of people weren't a fan of this game, and perhaps it wasn't great scheduling by UEFA for this to be sort of the first game of the tournament. Switzerland Norway is a fantastic spectacle, 36,000 in there. Um, but you obviously watched the second game. Norway, it feels like didn't deserve to win that. And that, but
Oh
from a
yes, no.
perspective, Switzerland came flying out from the blocks. But in terms of the rest of the group, there's still a decent chance of getting through because Norway, with all their star power, it's always a story, isn't it? It's the same story of them. And I know they won, but they're such a frustrating team to watch, aren't they?
I know they have so many talents, like so many good players, but they just can't perform. I mean, yesterday they were lucky. I feel like they didn't deserve the win. So, yeah, it's just interesting to see what's going to happen in rest of the games because I feel like even Finland can win against them on a good day. So we'll see if it's going to be like another like World Cup for them or what's going to happen. I'm excited to see.
Yeah, Frida Marnham playing out wide really confused me because Carolina Graham Hansen usually is a winger, and Frida Marnham usually plays in behind the striker, and Gemma Granger swapped them over. Ada Hegerberg up front gets a goal, but then misses the penalty, so it could have been more. But how impressed were you by Switzerland as well? We're going to talk about Leah Valti in a minute. I thought she played really well, but sort of as an attacking side, and they've got some good squad depth as well. They really should have got more out of the game, but that first half an hour, I thought they were fantastic.
Oh yes, me too. I was very surprised because I mean I know they are the host nation, but still their results this year haven't been that great. If I'm correct, I think they haven't won a game yet this year, have they? No, I
Yeah, I
don't
wouldn't
think
know off
they
the top
have.
of my head, but I
Yeah,
just remember the last World Cup, I described them as boring, unfortunately,
yeah,
and they sort of come
yeah.
out with the back five yesterday, but you've got like Noel Maritz making overlapping runs from sort of central defence, but Leah Valti, she she's worked really hard to be fit for the start of this tournament, hasn't she? And she was just excellent, but this game would have meant so much to her leading her side out in front of her home fans.
Oh yes, for sure. And she was already crying during the national anthem. I was almost crying because like saw she was crying. So yeah, it just must be such an amazing moment for her, and the fact that she's fit to even play in the game because I know how many problems she's had with like injuries this season, and we saw how tight her like legs were, knees, I think. So yeah, I'm just so happy for her, and she played amazing. I just hope she will stay fit for the rest of the tournament. But at least she's now been in the first game, so that's something very nice to be proud of as well.
Yeah, I was surprised she played the whole game actually, and yeah, many people's player of the match, which is great to see. So yeah, Norway and Finland off the mark in that group, but the way Switzerland are playing, yeah, you should probably back them to get through. I don't know. Could be a more entertaining group than we thought. Hopefully, and I think Finland will
Yeah.
have a big part to play in that. Yeah, I really thought Switzerland should have come away with something
Mm.
a bit more. Tonight, then we're recording this on Thursday. Spain kicked their campaign off. Is that a Spain away shirt I'm seeing?
Oh yes, it is. It is. We have football shirt week here at work, so I've been rocking in football shirts the whole week. So today is Spain.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect time to do it. I've got mine as well, actually. I've got an old Spain away kit from 2017 or something. Mariona Caldente, the Ballon d'Or word gets thrown around. Do you see that as a possibility if Spain go on and win this tournament and she plays well as
Oh yes, yes, she would deserve it. I would really love to see that happen. I feel like it's either gonna be she or Leslie. Depends who's gonna win the tournament. So I feel like if England is gonna do it, it's gonna be Leslie's. But if it's Spain, then Mariona definitely deserves it.
Yeah, it is hard to see Spain not at least making the final. Let's finish off by talking about the Lionesses. We spoke about Chloe Kelly, who, in January was forcing that move away mainly so she could play in this tournament. And the one thing that strikes me with England is the variety they have up front, the different options. Looking through the forward line, Lauren Hemp, Lauren James, Chloe Kelly, Beth Mead, Michelle Agyemang, Alessia Russo, Aggie Beaver Jones. You can even throw in a player like Ella Toon as well, Jess Park. I mean, that's a frightening forward line. Serena Wiegmann's got some selection headaches.
Oh yes, I would say it's a happy problem, to be honest. Like having that many good quality players, it's just yeah. I would be happy if I was in Serena's shoes. I don't know if I would be happy as a player because I know so many of them won't get game time, but also like it's a good problem to have. And yeah, I just hope she will make the right choices. And also depends if Lauren James is going to be fit or not, how the starting 11 is going to look like. But I think we're going to see that in a few days.
How important will Alessia Russo be? She's in such good form, and if England are to go a long way, she's going to need to be crucial because I remember even at the last World Cup, she perhaps didn't score that many goals. She popped up with some important ones, but as we always say as Arsenal fans, everything she does off the ball is so important. But looking at that forward line, if you've got the likes of Hemp and James playing, she's going to get chances, isn't she? She's going to get good service.
Oh, I hope she's gonna get the golden boot. I feel like she would deserve it, and I feel like it's finally her time to shine. She's in her prime, and also like she's been playing amazing the whole season. So yeah, I really want to see loads of cool goals. I mean, I don't think there is gonna be as cool as the backheel one, but yeah, I just hope we're gonna see some nice goals, headers, like yeah, just yeah.
How do you see the Lionesses doing in this tournament? This is a tough group, some Arsenal competition as well. In the Netherlands side, you saw them recently. How are they shaping up? Because they've had a couple of poor results actually coming into the tournament. But Viviana Miedemar's back scoring. But looking at Van Domselaar, Palova, hopefully they'll be playing a lot of football.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because I feel like, yeah, as you said, the Netherlands hasn't been playing that well recently. I mean, they were lucky against us, against Finland, last week when I went to watch them. But it was 2-1, so it wasn't like a big win, what I think they hoped to get, like from the game. So, and I would say they were both of the goals were quite lucky that they scored or they've scored. Um, yeah, I know like it's going to be a big rivalry against the Netherlands and England just because of Sarina. And I think they both just want to win of the teams. So I would say England definitely is the favorites to win against them. And I would say win the group even. It's going to be a tough game against France, but I still see that, yeah, England has such a good like squad depth at the moment as long as Serena is going to use it because she tends to be quite unsurprising and always the same players and not really do any subs, but in a tournament like this we need to see subs, so it's going to be interesting what's going to happen.
Yeah, and talking of subs, Michelle Agyemang, how exciting is that to see her? She's barely even played football for Arsenal. She scored a few goals for Brighton. She's a real sort of penalty box striker. But for a player who's barely played for Arsenal's senior team to be going to Switzerland for the Euros after a brilliant England debut, I mean, that's so exciting looking ahead to Arsenal's future.
Oh yes, and she must be buzzing as well, and she should be. It's a proud moment for her, and I would love to see her play at least like few minutes at some point against Wales or something. And who knows, she scored quite quickly the last time, so I feel like it would be great to see her scoring as well. I mean, not to put any pressure on her, but yeah, I just hope she will go out there and enjoy and yeah, it's the first tournament for her, but there are gonna be so many more in the future. So I just hope she's gonna enjoy the moment and yeah, take it all in.
If you were to pick out just finally one Arsenal player amongst all the countries who you think is going to get have the best time of it, who's going to have the best tournament, not necessarily win, but really sort of earn the plaudits, who would you go for?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I mean, I really hope Leovaldi is gonna enjoy her tournament. I mean, yeah, in front of her home nation must be so amazing. But yeah, I feel like, of course, Mariona and Alessia are gonna be the number ones or two number ones for us. I feel like, but I really hope to see some good games from Vicky Belova as well because she hasn't been getting that many minutes lately. So I hope she will get full 90 minutes at least in the group games. So yeah, I hope she's gonna be someone to kind of look out for this tournament.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching Stina Blackstenius too, because she's in some fine form. Scored a hat trick against Denmark in the Nations League, and Sweden played Denmark on Friday, tomorrow at
Yeah,
5. Uh,
I'm gonna be there. So
yeah.
I
Look,
hope she's gonna score some good goals.
yeah. How long are you out in Switzerland for then, mate? You're going to be seeing a lot of football by the sound of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it in two parts. So it's gonna be Sweden, Denmark tomorrow, and then both of the Finland games that are still left from the group. So Finland against Norway and Finland against Switzerland. And then I'm gonna do all the rest of the tournament after the group stages, so all the way to the finals. So hopefully some good games.
Wow, yeah, in beautiful Switzerland, the BBC on their coverage was sort of doing the wide drone shots and showing the mountains, and well, yeah, I've been at the lovely Chesterfield Cricket Club all week, but it's not quite the same as Switzerland. Still never been. And how are you going to negotiate the languages? I know you speak German, but I've been watching some of Leah Valti's Instagram content about sort of the four different languages and the different parts of the country you're in. It sounds incredible.
I just hope they understand English. We'll see. I go from there.
And an England Finland final, is that what you're hoping for?
Oh yes, that would be nice. No, I think it's gonna be. I don't know how they can like
Yeah.
who can be in the final against each other, but I think Germany's gonna be up there as well. It's gonna be either Spain, England, or Germany. Two of them, three in the final, I would say.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at sort of the paths to the final. I haven't got a wall chart, which I'm absolutely kicking myself for. I'm going shopping later, so I might have to pick one up. I normally have it in my hand for the start of the tournament, but I can fill in the first two games. I've always got to have a wall chart. Lumi, enjoy
Uh,
your time in Switzerland. You'll be seeing plenty of Arsenal action, and we'll catch up with you soon.
yes, sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.